Thanks, everybody. My name is Mark Frauenfelder, and I'm the editor of boingboing.net, which is a blog that's been around since 2000. How many people have heard of Boing Boing? I'm curious. Wow, a lot of people. That's really good to hear. Actually, though, today I'm going to talk mostly about Make Magazine. I'm the editor-in-chief of Make Magazine. It's a technology project magazine. The reason that I'm focusing on Make is because I think there are more interesting opportunities for marketing collaboration with Make, things that haven't been done before, and new things happening in the world of do-it-yourself innovation that offer really cool possibilities and opportunities for partnerships with makers in the geek community that are, how I say, informal and valuable partnerships. So what I wanted to do is just kind of go over what I'm going to talk about today. Modern DIY innovation really means that anybody can create really cool physical things in their spare bedroom, really neat devices and gadgets, really inexpensively. Things have really changed in the last 5 years. So I'll start by talking a little bit about Make Magazine. And I think that hopefully we shipped in a bunch of copies of Make Magazine. John, do we have? Okay, great. So grab a copy of Make by the door and check it out. I'm going to give a presentation of what kind of the history of DIY innovation, very brief, just showing how it's been around so that I can really compare how much it's changed in the last 3 to 5 years. And then we can talk about the opportunities that those kinds of changes have present for marketers. So Make Magazine launched in 1995. It's got a circulation of 126,000. We have these things called maker fairs. They're like science fairs on steroids. We have them all over the country. We had one in New York in September. Did anybody go to that maker fair? A couple of people. I really recommend them because they're these hotbeds of do-it-yourself innovation. The one in San Mateo has about 85,000 people, and it's really fun. And our readers Make Magazine are what I call broad spectrum enthusiasts. And to give you an example of that, I'll just show you a few recent projects we've had in the magazine. This one is by a frequent contributor to Make. His name is Larry Cotton. And he likes to take photos of songbirds from his window when he eats breakfast. And so he set up a bird feeder. And for some reason, Murphy's Law, the birds are always behind the bird feeder, so he can't get a good shot of the bird. So what he did was he attached a little remote control motor to the top of the feeder, and so he can sit there from his window and use like a remote control that you use to control a model airplane to slowly spin the bird feeder so that the bird faces him. And then he's got a camera set up there that's also remote control, so he can snap these great photos of birds. We ran a really cool gallery of the beautiful bird photos he took with this setup that he made. There's nothing like that exists in the market. Here's another cool innovation. This guy needs to wake up every morning to get to work, but he hates the jarring sound of an alarm like everybody does. So he made an alarm that at the set time starts grilling some bacon in that little pan there. And then the smell of bacon wakes him up in the morning instead of an alarm. This is taking an old cast-off piece of equipment. Nobody uses VCRs anymore. But they turn out to be this really good hackable platform because they have timers in them, and you can use them to trigger events. So this guy put together a VCR with a sausage grinder, and he puts cat food in the top, and then at set intervals, using the VCR to program it, will dispense cat food into the bowl. This is a potato cannon. Those are pretty common, but what Bill did was he used a piece of clear PVC pipe so that when you launch potatoes with it, at night, you can see this amazing explosion come out of the tube. It looks kind of like a lightsaber. It's really cool looking. And the way we present projects in Make Magazine is that we kind of have each project we show a heads up or a looking down shot at the workbench. Everything that you need to make the project. And you can see we have, you know, the PVC pipe, a little stun gun, which provides the spark to ignite the propellant, which is antiperspirant. You can see the little bottle of Right Guard. That's the propellant that ignites to launch the potato. Everything we do and make, we set up so that anybody can make these things, even if they've never made anything before. We test everything in our labs to make sure they work. This is a water rocket that's made from like a, you know, 1 liter or 2 liter soda bottle, plastic bottle. You can see that in, and they're actually pretty effective. I have a movie that'll play. In every issue of Make, we have like a little one-page illustration that shows the basic functionality of the project, how it works, and kind of the principles behind its operation. This is a little video of the rocket being launched, and let me see. Maybe I'll get the sound so.
Okay, guys, that looks good.
That's a little.
We want 100 pounds, none of that wimpy little 60 stuff.
How much do you think this thing will hold?
Is it strictly more it propels?
I mean, it's a... The bottle is rated at 100, I think. Insert the retaining pin. Get the clip on. So we're gonna go for 70 pounds.
Zooming in.
Get out of there, get out of there! Oh. Perfect!
So these are things that are just created by the readers of the magazine who send in their ideas, and a lot of times they've already run them online on the web, and we just kind of add value to them by making the instructions really clear, adding, you know, beautiful illustrations, and just giving it a good showcase. We're really big on rockets. Here's another rocket that we did where a guy took a little video camera, the kind that you can buy at a drugstore, the single-use ones, and he took it apart and put it in a little model rocket, and it's kind of an interesting effect when it goes off. So, you know, this kind of DIY stuff has been around for a long time. Here's a little parabolic microphone that's used to capture the sounds of songbirds, and I found this magazine cover. It's from the, I think it's from the 20s. It was a hobbyist magazine for radio amateurs. I found this after we ran an article in Make magazine about a similar kind of parabolic microphone that is just parts that you can get from the dollar store. Everything in here costs $1. The paint roller, the little microphone, and the little umbrella, and it works really well. And here's a portable radio, how they might have them in the 40s, and this was a music synthesizer with a similar kind of a hat. Go-karts were popular back in the 60s, and they're popular now with a modified. Here's a little scooter that suitcase-sized power cycle. They're kind of cheating if you see the size of that suitcase. And here is a motor scooter that somebody made that uses a battery-powered drill as the motor. And it's actually a really speedy little scooter. I tried it out. It has a tendency to shoot out from under you, but once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun. Here's encouraging couples to learn wireless Morse code together. And couples today are really into doing kind of geeky things together. I took this picture at a Learn to Solder workshop I gave at RIT a couple of years ago. So now let's talk about what makes do-it-yourself innovation different now. There are 4 areas where I'm really seeing interesting growth areas, and that are also potential areas where companies can partner with these kind of innovators who love to show off their projects online, and cool ones have a tendency to go viral, so it's a good opportunity to partner with these people and kind of, work with them to create really cool stuff that's going to capture a lot of attention. This is a gumball machine, and if you knock on it in a pattern that you can program, like will dispense a gumball, but you have to kind of guess what the pattern is before it'll dispense a gumball. So anyway, some of the tools in do-it-yourself research and development, there are 4 drivers. Online communities of practice are really pushing innovation. The growth of hacker spaces all over the country and all over the world, in fact. Cheap prototyping and development tools are one of the most important ones. And then one relatively new thing of kind of grassroots funding for these kind of projects. So looking at some of the communities of interest, the internet, of course, is like this great place where people who share similar interests and different practices can get together and share ideas. 5 years ago, if you were interested in making a lawnmower that you could control with a remote control, chances are if you went around to all your neighbors on your block and knocked on the door and asked them for help in building one, they would have no idea what you were talking about. But if you go online and you type in remote control lawnmowers, you're going to get a lot of hits. You're going to connect with people who have done it before and who are also kind of excited to help you do it, which is really cool. This is a DIY Drones is a website for the community of people who like to make autonomous unmanned aerial vehicles. And basically, these guys make these really cool well, they're not remote controlled, they're autonomous model airplanes, and you can draw a flight path on Google Maps where you want the plane to go, and then you just release it into the air, and it uses its GPS and telemetry system to fly around that area and take a video overhead. The little brains of the kit you can get for about $25. For a few $100, you can make a drone that the military would have paid tens of thousands of dollars for just a few years ago. Another community of interest online is the Backwards Beekeepers. It's a club that I belong to in Los Angeles. We practice this treatment-free method of beekeeping, so there's no chemicals involved or anything. This is where people are signing up from all over the country and the world now to learn about this kind of method of beekeeping and learning about innovative ways to do that.